Welcome back to GSTEF TV, the #1 spot for the hottest, most controversial, and blockbuster celebrity gist that keep you glued to your screens. If you have not yet subscribed, you are missing out on the real drama that sets the entertainment industry on fire. Hit that subscribe button right now, turn on your notifications, and join this growing family of gist lovers because here, we do not hold back. We give you the gist raw, hot, and unfiltered, exactly the way you like it. Today we have a gist that is shaking every corner of Nollywood and igniting heated debates among fans and gossip lovers. The spotlight is on Sonia Uche and Bryan Okwara after Sonia Uche responded with multiple heart emojis to a recent post made by the former Mr. Nigeria and Nollywood actor. At first glance, you might say it is just a harmless response, a casual interaction between two public figures. But in the entertainment industry, nothing is ever casual, especially when it involves emojis, chemistry, and two stars who are both admired by millions. And trust me, this gist has left fans talking, speculating, and even fighting online over what it really means. It all started when Bryan Okwara shared a stunning photo on his Instagram page, showing him in a dapper outfit, radiating confidence and that signature charm that made him a heartthrob back in his modeling days. The comment section quickly flooded with reactions from fans who could not stop complimenting his look. But then, something unexpected happened. Sonia Uche, Nollywood's fast-rising princess and one of the most talked about young actresses in recent times, dropped her reaction. Not with words, not with a simple compliment, but with a string of heart emojis. Yes, you heard that right. Heart emojis. In this age of social media, emojis have become a language of their own, and the choice of emoji carries more meaning than most people admit. A heart emoji is not just a random decoration. It is an expression of affection, admiration, or even deeper emotions. And Sonia's choice did not go unnoticed. Almost immediately, the internet exploded. Fans began screenshotting the comment, circulating it on blogs, and analyzing every possible meaning behind those emojis. Was Sonia Uche publicly declaring admiration for Bryan Okwara? Was it a subtle hint of something deeper going on between them? Or was it just harmless fangirl energy from one celebrity to another? Nobody could agree on one conclusion, but one thing was certain, it sparked a conversation that has now grown into full-blown controversy. And as always, we are here to break it down for you. Now let us go deeper. Sonia Uche has been in the news a lot recently. She has been linked with co-stars like Maurice Sam, and her name constantly trends whenever Nollywood romance gist is being discussed. She has always maintained a calm and professional image, but fans are quick to notice even the smallest hints of romance in her life. So when she dropped those hearts on Bryan Okwara's page, it was not just seen as a random act. Fans believe Sonia does not throw around heart emojis just anyhow. For them, it must mean something significant. And that is where the theories begin. Some fans believe Sonia and Bryan might be cooking something behind the scenes. Maybe a romantic relationship that they have kept away from the public eye. They point out that Bryan is handsome, established, and charming, while Sonia is beautiful, talented, and youthful. In their eyes, the chemistry between the two would not just be explosive, it would be the talk of Nollywood. Others, however, are not so supportive. Some fans immediately rushed online to say Sonia is being too forward, that responding with hearts is not necessary, and that it makes her look like she is chasing after Bryan. According to these critics, Bryan Okwara is older, already has a baby mama, and has been linked to several women in the past. They argue that Sonia, who is still building her reputation as a respectable actress, should not associate herself in ways that could be misinterpreted. But if you think that is the end, then you are wrong. Because another camp of fans came rushing in to defend Sonia. They argued that Sonia has every right to express herself however she wants. If she likes Bryan's post and wants to use hearts, then nobody should police her emoji choices. They pointed out that men in the industry are constantly showered with hearts, flames, and love-struck emojis from women and even colleagues, but when Sonia does the same, it becomes a big deal simply because she is a woman. These defenders claim the backlash is nothing but double standard and unnecessary hate. To them, it is refreshing to see Sonia openly show admiration instead of hiding her feelings. Meanwhile, Bryan Okwara himself has not responded to the comment publicly. And that silence is making the gist even hotter. Fans are now waiting to see whether Bryan will acknowledge Sonia's gesture with a reply or if he will stay quiet and allow the rumors to continue growing. Some fans even believe his silence is strategic, a way to fuel the publicity and keep his name trending. After all, Nollywood stars understand how powerful social media conversations can be for their brand. Bryan, being a seasoned entertainer, might just be enjoying the free attention. But then, another angle popped up. What if Bryan and Sonia already have some kind of private friendship or understanding, and these heart emojis are just a small reflection of what is already happening behind the cameras? What if this is not the beginning, but just a clue to a story that is much bigger? Those are the questions driving fans into wild speculations. The reactions online have been nothing short of dramatic. One fan wrote that Sonia and Bryan would make the perfect power couple because their beauty and charisma match each other like fire and gasoline. Another fan claimed that Sonia is too young for Bryan and that she should look for someone closer to her age rather than dropping hearts for a man who has already moved past his bachelor years. Some even accused Sonia of trying to stir up drama deliberately to get attention, saying she knew that dropping hearts would immediately spark rumors and that maybe she wanted the spotlight. But Sonia's supporters clapped back hard, calling such accusations baseless and insisting that Sonia does not need cheap publicity because her talent already speaks for her. There are even fans who drag Bryan into the conversation, accusing him of being a silent playboy who always finds his way into the gist of women. They brought up his past relationships, his history as a model, and his reputation as one of Nollywood's most eligible bachelors. In their words, Bryan loves the attention and Sonia might just be his latest admirer. But then, others see nothing wrong with the interaction. In fact, they are already shipping the two stars together, creating edits, memes, and fan pages celebrating the idea of Sonia Uche and Bryan Okwara as a couple. Some fans are even suggesting movie producers cast them together in a romantic film to test their chemistry on screen because, according to them, the internet would go wild for such a pairing. This gist has also sparked debate about the power of emojis in celebrity culture. Something as small as a heart emoji has now generated a full-blown controversy, proving once again that in the world of entertainment, no detail is too small. Fans read between the lines of everything celebrities do, and one emoji can change the entire narrative. For Sonia, this may not have been her intention, but whether she meant it or not, she has now been dragged into yet another round of rumors about her love life. And if we are being honest, Sonia Uche seems to attract romantic gist like a magnet. No matter how private she tries to be, fans always find a way to connect her with someone, whether it is Maurice Sam, Paul Watt, or now Bryan Okwara. The bigger question, however, is what this means for Sonia's image. Will this emoji drama hurt her reputation, or will it boost her popularity even further? Judging by the online buzz, it looks like the latter. Because one thing we know about Nollywood is that controversy sells, and right now Sonia is trending again. Whether it is positive or negative, people are talking, and that keeps her name relevant in an industry where attention is the currency. For Bryan, this also adds to his mystique. At a time when he has not been making as many headlines, this gist has put him back into the conversation, and fans are suddenly reminded of his charm and his presence in Nollywood. So maybe, just maybe, this little emoji drama is a win-win for both stars. But let us not pretend that all the fans are entertained. Some are genuinely worried. There are those who believe Sonia should be careful, that she is playing with fire by associating herself with Bryan in such a public way. They argue that Bryan already has enough baggage from his past relationships and that Sonia should not allow herself to be dragged into unnecessary drama. These cautious voices are begging Sonia to stay focused on her career, reminding her that she is one of Nollywood's brightest young stars and she should not let rumors overshadow her hard work. But whether she listens or not, the damage, or should we say the spark, has already been lit. And now, bloggers, vloggers, and gossip pages are running with the story. Headlines everywhere are screaming that Sonia Uche is crushing on Bryan Okwara, that she might be secretly dating him, or that a new Nollywood love story is unfolding before our very eyes. Even though nothing has been confirmed, the narrative is already out there, and it is shaping how fans see the two stars. And let us be honest, Nollywood fans love romance stories, whether real or imagined. That is why this gist is not dying down anytime soon. It is only going to grow bigger until one of them addresses it directly. At the heart of it all is a simple truth: celebrities live in a world where every action is magnified. A heart emoji from you or me might mean nothing, but a heart emoji from Sonia Uche to Bryan Okwara is enough to make headlines, break the internet, and dominate conversations for days. That is the power of fame, and that is why this gist is hotter than fire. So whether you are on the side of those shipping them together, those criticizing Sonia for being too bold, or those defending her right to express herself, one thing is clear: this emoji saga has given us one of the spiciest gists of the week, and it is far from over. So stay tuned, because here on Gist TV, we will keep watching this story closely. If Bryan responds, we will be the first to break it to you. If Sonia makes another move, you will hear it here first. And if Nollywood producers decide to capitalize on this buzz